time for a tag. I was tagged by the marvelous Denise from A Dish with D. And right off the bat, I'm going to tag Kim, a girl on her phone, and Active Rachel Ann. So let's get started. I believe this is a bean tag, this or that. I'm actually doing a Tuesday tag on the Tuesday I was tagged. Isn't that like amazing? And not waiting like a week. Okay, so number 1, pinto beans or lima beans. I love both of those beans, but I would have to say pinto beans. I feel like they're more versatile and they're very comforting to me. I grew up having pinto beans with everything, even Thanksgiving. We had all the trimmings and my mom always had pinto beans plus whatever else we were having. So I don't know, they're just like an ever-present friend, and I think I would miss them if they weren't there. Number 2, black beans or kidney beans. Well, I like black beans because of their versatility, their fiber, high protein, and they're so pretty. They look like little jewels. But kidney beans, I could see them in a minestrone, but I don't know. They always seem kind of al dente to me, a little crunchy, and that kind of bothers me. Plus, I think it's harder for me to digest the kidney beans. So, and I didn't know this until recently, but I guess if you wash the kidney beans or soak them, you have to actually like really make sure that you pour out that water and rinse them really good, because it could be very toxic to you. I guess the water gets toxic or something. It's not really good for you. So I didn't know that, but anyway, just a tip. Number 3, frozen veggies or canned. I prefer frozen unless they're green beans. I prefer green beans in the can. I love my canned green beans. The reason why is because canned green beans to me seem like they have less strings on them, and they're more tender that way. So other than that, I like everything frozen. Number 4, hot or iced tea, or if not iced tea, then hot or iced coffee. I want to be a tea person, but I'm no longer a tea person. I used to take like tea time in the afternoon. So after school, our eldest son, when he was younger, a lot younger, and he was living with us, he and I used to sit down and have some tea time in the afternoon. And he was a very quiet and calm child, and we could do that and kind of like go over the day. And we were just both really calm and passive. But I can't do that with his younger brothers. His 3 younger brothers are like 3 little balls of fire, and they will not do a tea time. I can't even see that. So I don't do that anymore. But what we do is, I would have to say coffee, and it would have to be hot, because my husband and I call it cafecito. A cafecito time. And so he'll say, do you want a cafecito? And I'll say, yeah, I do. When you say cafecito rather than just a coffee, because in the morning he makes me a latte, but if I say cafecito, that means instant coffee. It means an instant coffee. You make the coffee quick and it's good, but you sit down and you take a minute and you enjoy it. So a cafecito means I'm going to take a moment to do that. And it's always the instant coffee. And I've actually developed a taste for the flavor of instant coffee during the day to have a cafecito. When he says that, do you want a cafecito? I'm thinking, it just makes me feel like, yes, I would like to take a breather. That's what he's asking me. All right, number 5, stew or chili. Ooh, that's hard. I love stew. Beef stew. That's really good with beef chunks. But I would have to say I'm probably more comfortable with chili. I think because there's so many different kinds of chili. One of my favorites is a white chicken chili, corn chowder chili, and that is really, really good. So I'd have to say chili. Number 6, as far as French fries, white or sweet potatoes? You know what? I'd have to go with the white. Because sweet potato fries, it's like I like to try them, and for me it's novel, but it's just not a good old French fry. I'm just used to the white potato. Number 7, all right, beans or soup? I would have to say beans, always. They just add so much more fiber and fullness, and I guess it depends on the soup, really. but beans just kind of like, I don't know. Again, they're my old friend. Number 8, eggs or oatmeal. Oh, I'm an oatmeal girl all the way. These days I'm having a lot more eggs in the morning though. But yeah, if I could choose one grain to live on, it would be oatmeal. So I'd have to say oatmeal would be my top. In fact, we had oatmeal last night for dinner. It's because I loved it so much. Number 9, with your beans, cornbread, or, I'm squinting, I'm trying not to use my glasses, I don't know why. Cornbread or rice. Okay, I know my husband would say cornbread right off. But for me, I'd have to say rice. I grew up with beans and rice often. And so to me, those just kind of go together, although I love cornbread. We had friends before from Ohio. 2 sets of friends did this, and they cooked for us. And they wanted to make us Cincinnati chili, I guess. And they always served the bean chili on rice, white rice, and they said that was a thing. And I didn't know that, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good that way. So I don't know, beans and rice just tend to be, they're very comforting food to me. They're just kind of like, if you got beans and rice, everything else is gravy, right? So number 10, chili, okay, crackers or something else with your chili. Okay, my husband would use crackers, but for me, I wouldn't. I would say for me, it would be toppings on the chili itself. And so what I would love to put on chili is chopped onions, cubed avocado, and some good cheese. And believe it or not, a little dollop of mayo. I don't know where that came from, but I started that at one point, and that's just like the ultimate to me. I could sit down with a bowl like that. I would just be so happy. So definitely toppings, and those would be my top toppings to have. So anyway, there you have it. There's 10 questions. Again, I'm tagging Kim from A Girl in Her Phone and Active Rachel Ann. So anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday.